This is a story about a overstressed executive. This fellow works for a really big company. He's one of their key thinkers, but he takes too much to heart, and he carries too much of it inside himself, and he's starting to burn out because he's been doing this for years and he's been doing a great job, but it's getting to him. And finally, his boss calls him into the office and says, look, you're very valuable to this company. We like what you do, we love what you do. But we're very concerned about you because we've noticed lately that you're getting burned out. Stress is getting to you. And the guy says, yeah, I know. I've been noticing it, and I've been trying to just ignore it. And his boss says, well, it's not going to work. You're just going to get worse, and that means that your productivity is going to start falling. You're not going to be as valuable to the company, and you could end up just destroying yourself. We don't want that. We want you to stick around. So here's what we want you to do. We want you to take 6 months off paid leave, and we're going to send you to a remote place where there's no phones, no television, no distractions. We want you to just get back to yourself, relax, just calm down, get rid of all the stress, and then come back. You'll be completely renewed, and you'll be as good as gold and probably better than ever to the company and to yourself. And the guy goes, well, I don't know if I can. And his boss says, look, this is an order. We want to keep you, but we need you in tip-top shape. We've got a big deal coming up next month, next year, and we need you in your top form. So the guy says, okay, all right. So they book him a flight to the Highlands of Scotland. They put him up in this cottage way up on a hill overlooking the moors. There's no phone, no television, no connection with the outside world. It's a beautiful little cottage, and it looks down across this lovely valley with a lake, or a loch, as they would say there, and it's just, there's no signs of civilization at all. There's no telephone poles, no signs, no anything. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And the guy checks in, everything is set up for him, everything is paid for. And he starts to relax. There's a huge library of books in this place, and so he's sitting there and he's reading, and he starts wood carving, and he goes fishing, and he's just having a great time. And it starts to work. The stress starts to just melt away. The strain starts going away. He starts relaxing. He starts feeling really good about himself again. And, by the time the holidays come around, he's feeling just perfect. And he's only got about a couple of weeks left, and he'll be back on the job, and he's just as good as he's ever been, probably better. And it's Christmas Eve, and there's a knock on the door. And he hasn't seen anybody in months. So he opens the door up, and there's this huge Scotsman standing there. And I mean, he's just decked out. He's got the kilt. He's got the knee-high socks. He's got a bagpipe under his arm. He's got a sporran. He's got the everything just going on, even with the tam o' shanter and everything. And the guy just looks at him and goes, wow, hi. And the Scotsman says, how you doing, lad? He says, fine. He says, listen, it's Christmas Eve. I was just wondering, would you like to go to a party? And the fellow says, wow, I haven't had a whole lot of human contact in months. It's 4 or 5 months. Yeah, that sounds kind of nice. And the Scotsman says, well, would you mind a little bit of drinking, just a wee bit? And the fellow says, wow, drinking? No, that sounds great. I haven't had any alcohol in months either. He says, well then, would you mind a little bit of fighting if it comes up. And the fellow says, well, no. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I can certainly defend myself. And the Scotsman says, that's great. He says, would you like some shagging? You know, a little bit of sex there. And the guy goes, oh, man, I haven't had sex in like 7, 8 months. Yeah, I think I could go for that too. And the Scotsman says, that's great. He says, okay, come on. And the fellow says, well, wait a minute. You know, if we're going to go to a party, I'm just here in my house clothes. Let me get dressed up, and, you know, so I look like I'm going to a party. And the Scotsman goes, don't worry about it. It's just you and me. Cheers.